Imagine a company that loses $219,000 every single hour of every single day. Now, imagine telling investors that this company is worth more than Ford Motors, Ferrari, or FedEx. For a brief moment in 2019, the world believed a man who walked barefoot in the office and drank tequila at 10 a.m. was the messiah of capitalism. WeWork wasn't just a real estate company, it was a cult. It was a $47 billion hallucination. But today, 3 years after the dust settled, the story gets even darker. While the company rots in bankruptcy court, the man who burned it to the ground is back, and he's richer than ever. To understand the collapse, you have to understand the drug, and the drug was Adam Neumann. In 2010, office space was boring. It was great carpets and cubicles. Adam Neumann, a charismatic entrepreneur from Israel, saw an opportunity. He didn't sell desks, he sold community. He sold energy. He claimed WeWork would elevate the world's consciousness. And if that sounds like nonsense to you, it didn't sound like nonsense to Masayoshi Son, the CEO of SoftBank. In a legendary 12-minute meeting, Masayoshi Son told Adam he wasn't being crazy enough. He wrote him a check for $4.4 billion. This was the fuel on the fire. Suddenly, WeWork wasn't a business. It was a rocket ship with no steering wheel. They bought a wave pool company. They opened an elementary school called WeGrow. They bought a private jet for $60 million. They were burning cash so fast that they had to print money just to keep the lights on. August 2019, the IPO filing. This was supposed to be WeWork's coronation. Instead, it was their autopsy. When investors finally looked at the numbers, they were horrified. The company was losing $2 billion a year on $1.8 billion in revenue. That is mathematically impossible to sustain. But it wasn't just the losses, it was the corruption. The filing revealed that Adam Neumann owned the buildings that WeWork was leasing. He was effectively paying himself rent with investor money. He even trademarked the word "we" and sold it back to the company for $6 million. Wall Street laughed. The valuation crashed from $47 billion to $10 billion in weeks. The pressure cooker exploded. The board of directors realized Adam wasn't a genius, he was a liability. In a dramatic coup, they forced him to step down. But here is the twist that makes everyone angry. Adam didn't leave empty-handed. SoftBank paid him over $1 billion to leave. He walked away from the burning building with a golden parachute, while thousands of employees were left holding worthless stock options. If 2019 was a disaster, 2020 was the apocalypse. Just as new management tried to fix the mess, the COVID-19 pandemic hit. The entire business model of WeWork was cram as many people as possible into a small room. Suddenly, that was illegal. Tenants stopped paying rent, freelancers canceled memberships. But WeWork was trapped. They had signed 15-year leases on skyscrapers all over the world. They had to pay the landlords, even if no one was paying them. It was a cash incinerator. SoftBank kept pouring money in, trying to save face. They poured in $5 billion, then another billion. It became the sunk cost fallacy on a global scale. For 3 years, WeWork existed as a zombie company. It was dead, but it kept walking. Finally, in November 2023, the inevitable happened. WeWork filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The stock, which once traded at over $400, fell to 10 cents. It was delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. Investors lost everything. SoftBank alone lost an estimated $14 billion on this single bad bet. It is one of the largest venture capital losses in human history. In bankruptcy court, the ugly truth came out. WeWork was renegotiating leases, begging landlords to lower the rent, and closing hundreds of locations. The WeWork you see today in 2025 is a shell. It's a boring, standard office leasing company. The free beer is gone, the parties are gone, the We community managers are gone. It is now exactly what Adam Neumann hated, just a landlord. But what about Adam? Surely after losing $40 billion of other people's money, he would be banned from business forever, right? Wrong. In 2022, the venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz wrote Adam Neumann a check for $350 million for his new company, Flow. This time, he's not renting desks, he's renting apartments. He wants to create a branded living experience. While WeWork employees were laid off without severance, Adam Neumann is back at the top managing a billion-dollar real estate empire. It proves the darkest rule of Silicon Valley. If you owe the bank $100, that's your problem. If you owe the bank $40 billion, that's the bank's problem. WeWork changed the world, just not how they intended. They proved that vibes are not a business model. They showed us that a charismatic leader can blind the smartest investors in the room. The collapse of WeWork marked the end of the unicorn era, a time when money was free and profits didn't matter. WeWork tried to elevate the world's consciousness. Instead, they just elevated their CEO's bank account. But here is the scary part. Adam's new company, Flow, is using the exact same pitch as WeWork: community, connection. Are we about to watch history repeat itself? Or have we finally learned our lesson? If you want to know